Somebody tell me, Claudia, that we love you, we want to work with you, but we're scared because of Kevin.
Oh, for sure.
And I'm like,
yeah.
scared of what? He's never going to work with you ever. What are you scared?
You don't have a chance anyway.
You don't have a chance in hell to work with him. So I don't understand what she's scared about. And but that's that mentality in Hollywood. Like we have to pick a certain side.
They do.
And so when me and him, I did the last episode of House Husbands of Hollywood. He put me on that, so I started telling him. This is where stuff started clearing up too, because I was like, Kev, like the last Netflix special, like before I was getting paid off them jokes, I'm like, none of that money's coming to me anymore. So yeah, stop putting me in the jokes, because I just don't like it anymore. So that's when he started realizing, like, oh yeah, okay, you're right. So that's when a turning point happened for us. And when I got out of the material more, it became better.
I've heard you mention that you seemingly have a great relationship with Kevin, and I noticed somewhere that he introduced you to Ayanla. Is that true?
Yeah, he did.
So that's a very interesting conversation. I mean, did he bring it up, or?
Well, no, I told him I wanted to talk to somebody because I was going through some problems, and I know he can get to anybody. And so I went to him and told him what I wanted to do, and he was like, I got you. I mean, we really, like, if I need anything, that man is always going to be there for me for life. I mean, and he said that to me, like, you won't have to worry about anything.
That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
I love to hear this. I remember before Kevin really blew up when he came to the Foxhole. And that's in the middle of you guys when it was kind of getting, y'all were having your issues.
Right.
And to see where it went and that it came to this point now. And I think, again, I want to ask the doctor about this, how important it is for the men to put their foot down to protect. We may not be together. I may not rock with you like that romantically, but you are my ex-wife and the mother of my children. So there is a responsibility on the man to make that public declaration without disrespecting his current. But how important is that? Because I think until that's done, it seems like it would have kept going for y'all.
Yeah, I think it's really important in terms of, again, if we're thinking this is about a family, not just about, one of the things I've been thinking about from both of these conversations is a breakup, there's always a grieving, right? It's like it's the death of a relationship. Even if it was a bad relationship, you still got to go through that grieving. You were talking about stepping into the elevator and hearing a song, right? It's like, right? Or a birthday comes up, or Christmas comes up. You got to go through all those things. And then there came a time when you looked up and you were through it. So you were through with the grieving, right? And I think sometimes people don't realize that that's what it is. And so they're always in this combat mode, right? But, the thing that I'm really hearing from both of y'all, I'm not in this life. So the idea that, your husband's being famous really blows back on you. It would be really important, because it's about more than just that relationship. It's about, again, your children, right? How they're affected, right? If my children's mom is getting affected by bad publicity, that's affecting my children too.
The child, yeah.
So definitely I would need to step up and do something about that.
So maybe when they become as mature as you are,
I
I think that would be a helpful. I'm not being serious. No shade, no tea, no shade. But I think there's something to be said about your maturity level and your mindset about that, because I don't even know if all that has been thought about. Totally.
You're not there yet.
It's growth.
Not that far. That's pretty far. That's good. That's like.
Because honestly, one tweet
That's
from
cool
these
by
people
y'all
can
level of getting
really
along. He got
make your lives miserable or change things, right? One tweet, one post from these men
would help.
would
Oh
help
my
y'all.
God.
Because before I met you, I heard
That's amazing. That's really funny. I've
It's true.
actually said that.
one tweet. Before I met you, I heard the stories about it, and then I met you, and we've hung around each other, and you're nothing like what they try to put out about you. You're so difficult, and the issue, it's not that. It's you're dealing with the wrath of fans, and then a person that may not be as willing when you wanted them to, and when they should have, to put that out there and stop it. It's like when you see a celebrity that has crazy rabid fans, and you see them attacking people, and you don't put your foot down. You're letting it happen.
Right. That's true.
You are co-signing that behavior until you defend.
Well, then I think in their case, to their defense, the position is, I didn't know it. I didn't see it. I don't pay attention. I'm like, you pay attention.
Everyone sees it.
You pay attention. Come on.
Yeah, everyone
You're not
does
in a
see
hole.
it. Yeah, but that's like going back to what Tamika's saying, maturity. And you know, sometimes they may not, in that instance, want it to do it. You know, especially if you're going through
suffer.
a breakup. Yeah, you know, and that's just human nature. I hate to say it, but it's human nature. But you know, as you do get older, because it did happen with us, the more we both got more mature and understood what we were really doing it for, that's when it started changing.
So blending your future family, so to speak, and I know oftentimes it's on the woman to have to deal with, okay, he's moved on, and certainly you have very public exes, but you know, do you ever face men that you may be dating being intimidated by who your ex was, or
Hate it.
not feeling like, okay, I know this is gonna be good. We need to unpack this. Like, but feeling as if they can't necessarily really build with you because of this other individual. And what do you have to do to, you know, offset that?
Well, I've dealt with it with men saying, man, when I get rich, I'm coming for you, Torrei, or, you know, like, dang, I don't make enough. I'm like, did I ask you for your money?
Right.
Did I bring up money? I don't
Mine's
get
like,
that.
I can't dance, but like, did I ask you to dance? Did I ever say anything about? No, I've heard that even in the gym. Like, oh, I know who your ex is. I know who. I mean, like, if you don't calm down,
Right.
we'll call security.
Imagine I'm trying to tell a joke, and I'm like,
God.
yeah, that didn't hit. Sorry, that's a bomb.
You're no Kevin.
I mean, it's just that kind of stuff is just really just bad. But if that guy does something like that, I'm like, yeah, you're already
corny.
turning me off. So it is kind of difficult.
Dear men.
Yeah.
Dear men. We're not looking for our exes in any of you. We're not. We
And
just
another thing.
Be yourself.
Yeah, and the misconception is I date short men. That was one time. So
I don't date
if you're
young
tall,
men.
I like you too. That was one time. It just happened. That
They
was
think
one
I only
time.
like young men.
Well, that's Torrei now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Torrei like
I
the young
like them
men.
young, old.
Well, I just mean
I mean, but younger because they can keep up with my energy
son,
because
I'm
I'm very young. Have very young energy. So that's usually
We
what
don't
comes.
like young men, sons' ages. Okay, just for the record.
So speaking of maturity and you know, speaking about your exes being mature and finally getting to that point and hopefully and still working on it, have y'all been able to be on that level of maturity to speak and have a relationship with your ex's current woman, wife?
What's that phone call like?
Well,
Or FaceTime?
we had a relationship, and then something got said in the media, and then it just went all bad. And from there, it's just non-existent right
So
now.
do you take what happens in the media? Do you pick up the phone and say, you know what, I'm going to call her, and I need to maybe get some clarity on this, a context, or do
It's
you
different for
just
you.
ride
You
on?
could do that.
What
No, I did in the beginning, and then, like I said, I didn't say anything. It wasn't me. Something was said about me, and so then it just from there, I was like, well, you know what, I'm not trying to fix this again.
But that, you know, in your case, well, I guess in both cases, yours is that's a marriage, and they've been together and they have children, so that's a little different. In my case, my ex is dating someone, and I actually like her. She's cool. Like, she's been helpful. I think, you know, I don't see a hidden agenda. I think there has to be. What I feel is that it just depends on how they got in the relationship too. Like if she's like a mistress turned wife, the respect level is different. You know what I mean? In this case, this was a clean. This woman that he's with, this is somebody that was not involved in our relationship, and there was no infidelity while I was with her. So I like her. She's cool. We have a clean slate until she, you know, proves otherwise. But she's cool.